Well, there's been some big news from the world of BuddyBoss, and I thought we should discuss it for a few minutes. Well, hello there, and it's been a bit. I'm just going to do a quick update here. I know that it's been like a month and a half since I put out a video on YouTube, and by all proper best YouTube practices, that's not a good idea. I've just been really busy with client work, but we are working on that. I've actually just hired a developer, so we're bringing on staff basically to help increase throughput on things and give me more time to do things like create these YouTube videos and update content on blogmarketingacademy.com and things like that. And so more is coming. And I also know that we've got the membership site series here on YouTube that I am going to definitely continue and see it through. So more on that front. But today, and kind of speaking of membership sites, let's talk about BuddyBoss a little bit, because BuddyBoss is something that I've got a fair amount of experience with. I used to use BuddyBoss myself. Even now I've got a few clients that are still using BuddyBoss. A couple of which I've even tried to get them to move away from BuddyBoss. And the reason is because BuddyBoss tends to be a little beefy when it comes to requirements. It tends to slow down websites. And so when I see a site that is built on BuddyBoss, that has all the community functionality, but really the community functionality isn't really being utilized that much because there's hardly any activity in the forums, there's hardly any activity in the groups, but yet you're running all this overhead. I'm like, hey, how about we just simplify life and get rid of all that stuff? Because here's the thing, not every membership site really justifies having all the community functionalities. I know as site owners, we envision this ideal scene. We think, oh, it's going to be all these people, and they're going to join for the content, and they're going to stay for the community, right? But here's the thing. Actually getting a community off the ground and with inertia that it can actually like turn into a valuable asset for the business is hard. It's a lot of work to get something like that going, and it takes some actual strategy. Some people end up literally needing to hire somebody just to manage that community. It's not something you go into lightly, and so a lot of sites, they don't really need to use BuddyBoss, even though they think that they might need to use BuddyBoss, or they join BuddyBoss because they think, oh, I want the app. They want a nice, beautiful app on their phone. Thing is, that's a whole nother ball of wax you get into with BuddyBoss. It can be quite expensive, and it's probably going to prove to be a real pain in your ass. I'm just being honest with you. And so I have seen 3, maybe 4 of my clients who go in to get the BuddyBoss app built, and then they end up backing off and they chalk it up to a massive waste of money because it was so complicated. That's the world of BuddyBoss with the app, okay? So here's the thing. All that being said, that brings us to today. As I make this very informal video for you, BuddyBoss has been acquired, and it's been acquired by the company that we all wince a little bit when they buy one, and that is Awesome Motive. Awesome Motive is now behind BuddyBoss. I guess the original founders of BuddyBoss wanted an exit plan, and they now got one. Awesome Motive is happy to provide that capital to them, and now owns BuddyBoss. So the question is, what does that mean for BuddyBoss? Well, I'm already in a position where I respect the hell out of BuddyBoss. At what it does, it is still the best game in town. There's no way out of that. That being said, now Awesome Motive owns it. Awesome Motive has a reputation, and it's fairly well deserved. For one, I don't like their marketing practices very much. I don't like the way that they price things. They go and they have that misleading pricing where they act like something's on sale, but pay attention to the scratched out price, because that's your real one. After that first year, you're paying the full, usually quite expensive rate for it. So I would not be surprised at all if they're going to end up increasing the prices of BuddyBoss. And they're going to put in probably the typical pricing page that Automotive likes, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. I bet you the lifetime pricing is going to go away. That's probably something they should have done anyway. And I think you're also going to see cross-promotional crap now built into BuddyBoss. I think future versions are going to start pimping WP Code and Monster Insights. And hey, you need OptiMonster? Oh, and by the way, you really need a quality membership site plugin. You need MemberPress, because of course they now have that too. You're going to start to see blog post on WP Beginner about the importance of community-driven membership sites. And of course, BuddyBoss comes in and saves the day. All this is going to happen, I guarantee it. But I'm a little sore also about Automotive because of what they did to Thrive Themes. Now, I've now moved on to other software, and I like what I'm using. In fact, it's better than Thrive Themes ever was. But that being said, Thrive Themes was something I was a strong advocate for a long time. Well, Automotive came in and they bought Thrive Themes, and they've basically assassinated it. Now, the software is probably still fine. I haven't used it in quite some time outside of trying to transition some clients out of it. That being said, they went in there and changed the pricing radically. Thrive Suite used to be $228 a year. Went up to $299 a year with under Shane's leadership. Then it went to $599 a year under Automotive. Now it's $799 a year. Like, what are they smoking, thinking that thing is worth that much money? That literally makes it the most expensive WordPress package I've ever seen. That's ridiculous. So no, they've and on top of that, they content lock-in. If you don't renew your license with Thrive, they're going to lock you out of your own content. It'll still show up on the web, but you can't edit it anymore. Like, come on, man. This is WordPress. This is not how things are supposed to work. And so, yeah, I'm disappointed to see that Automotive bought BuddyBoss. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, there are some good things that could come to it. I saw a thread on Facebook that was talking about, hey, have any acquisitions actually gone well? And one example that I did mention was from Automotive. They are now, because they bought Caseproof, they now have MemberMouse. Now, MemberMouse is a tool that I used to use a long time ago, and I left MemberMouse for a variety of reasons. Some of which were that they outsourced the renewal payments to their servers, basically so they could control it. They had encrypted code. It was not GPL open source. It had really poor, slow development. It was just like not developing at all. Well, to their credit, after Automotive got behind the scenes with that, MemberMouse did move on to its next major release, and they fixed a lot of those problems. They brought the renewals in-house. It's now fully GPL open source, so there's no encrypted code. I mean, they actually fixed a lot of the problems that I had with MemberMouse. But so things can move along. The company does have access to capital, so they've got the development resources, so they can improve software. They're good at that stuff. I just don't like the marketing aspect of Automotive. I also respect the founder, Syed, quite a bit. I mean, I've hung out with him on many occasions years ago. Very, very bright guy, and he's an incredible entrepreneur. But it's just, again, I don't like the way Automotive conducts the marketing. And then just on an overall health of the WordPress ecosystem, I don't like the fact that so many major plugins are coming under one brand umbrella. I don't think it's healthy for the WordPress ecosystem. I don't like the fact that they go and they engage in these backroom affiliate deals with web hosts, and now you see web hosts like SiteGround recommending things like Monster Insights just so they can get it probably some back-end commission back there. I mean, they should not be modifying the WordPress interface in order to give weight to plugin companies like Automotive, and they are. I'm seeing it way too often. Even Rocket Hosting, my favorite web host in the damn world, they've got a little toggle where you install WordPress to install recommended plugins, and what are they? They're freaking Automotive stuff. So I don't like to see this stuff. I wish that the company didn't engage in that type of stuff. I can understand why they do. If your purpose is to make your business as large as humanly possible, they're doing a great job at that. But as a user of these tools for so many websites, for my clients, for my own stuff, I don't like to see it. And just as a general rule, I kind of try to avoid automotive tools. And now BuddyBoss is sort of on that mix too. It is what it is. So those are my general off-the-cuff thoughts about the BuddyBoss acquisition. I will continue to work with it on behalf of some clients when they want to, but I'm going to be eagerly waiting for some new competitors because I don't want to recommend BuddyBoss anymore. It is what it is.